Spooky season, Halloween weekend, and there are so many ways to get your fix on.
But you don't need to watch your favorite scary movie to get in the mood. You just need to drive up Market Street in Spokane. 4 News Now's Melissa Luck explores Haunted-Hillyard.
There's so many great ghost stories in the city of Spokane. The Davenport Hotel, the 1,000 Steps at Greenwood Cemetery, but only one neighborhood in Spokane can consider itself haunted, and it's right here in Hillyard. Looking back through history, the stories of this part of Spokane begin long before we were here. Long before Hillyard was its own city, then part of Spokane, this was the Wild Horse Prairie, once home of Chief Garry of the Spokane Tribe. Maybe it's some of that energy that still courses through here. Stories of hauntings, though, begin much more recently.
And there's so many things we cannot understand.
Ghostologist and historian Chet Caskey has written books about Spokane's haunted history. He gives tours of haunted haunts as well. But when it comes to this neighborhood, Chet believes it deserved a book of its own.
Here, we have some dark venues right here within sight.
Walking this neighborhood with Chet is like a who's who of Hillyard ghosts.
Let's walk down here if we can. But that store that has a very dark poltergeist there. Now, this is Kate's boarding house here. This is the oldest standing building in Hillyard. And as a boarding house, it was a hotel. The big Hillyard train yard was over here.
It's a little unnerving, I'll admit, walking around here with Chet. He believes one site, a hill overlooking Hillyard,
Do you see that creepy Mount St. Michael's there?
Is the source of the spiritual presence that hangs over Hillyard proper.
This is a place that really haunts Hillyard. It's got ghost stories that go way back when the Jesuits were here. It's got modern ghost stories.
The home of a private religious sect now, Mount St. Michael doesn't embrace that haunted history, but many other places here do. Including one of Chet's favorites that you've probably passed hundreds of times. Everyone, ghosts and all, are welcome inside Market Street Antiques.
You learn something new every day. You meet people that are looking for treasures.
Owner Susan Hess embraces the haunted history of this old shop.
I've always had interest in that, yeah.
Built in 1903, it's been a furniture store, a printing press, a home for a family with 17 kids, and a resting place of sorts for her.
We call her Bessie. She came to us, we're not sure how. She just showed up one day in the store, just the picture, not the frame, and she was hard to see.
But over time, she says, Bessie revealed herself.
And as she sat back here, her picture became more defined and we could see her face more and more.
Bessie isn't the only spirit residing among these shelves.
There's a very famous room. So if Melissa and I can get in here, I'll tell you the story.
In this room, the legend of one often seen Hillyard ghost.
The stories dating back from the 1920s in this is that citizens of Hillyard, just walking along the street, they would see a ghost, a female ghost, dressed in a Victorian dress, looking out of this window.
History is everywhere here, and these creepy dolls really do set the mood, don't they? Susan welcomes the energy in different rooms and loves the customers these tales bring in.
Never had anybody run out. Most of the energies in the store are all very kind, loving souls, and they just interact with some of the customers that are open to that.
But there are places even the bravest customers don't go.
I normally don't let people go down in the basement.
Down here, you feel the history of this old building. 118 years of piled up stuff and creaky old floors. And a room even Susan keeps blocked off. This is the chair room with an energy that's hard to explain.
Most of the help don't come downstairs. It's usually just me.
You can find stories like this in so many of these Hillyard buildings. Some dark energy, some friendly, all history. You don't have to believe in the paranormal to appreciate all that Hillyard and these stories have to offer.
It's not only a fun way to learn history about Spokane and our neighborhoods and our state, but it also is a real part. I mean, newspaper accounts and things like that are really part of who we are as Spokaneites.
And you never know who you might meet along the way. I'm Melissa Luck, 4 News Now.